welcome to my channel. My name is Melissa, aka Brown Butterfly. Come fly with me, up high with me. And so as I continue to grow, I want to allow other people to grow with me as well. So today I want to talk about vision boards, and I'm very big on them. I've been doing it for the last 8 years or so, and I want to just talk about how to create a vision board. Now, what's funny is what was on my vision board last year was start my YouTube channel. So, of course, now that didn't happen because it was one of those things that I just kind of kept putting off. So, January 2nd now, I said, I'm going to make it happen. I'm doing a Nike thing and just doing it. So, today is, and I thought, what better way to start my channel by starting with how to do a vision board, because I do them every year, and I like to have little parties and create other like-minded people to do this vision board with. I am going to one because one of the girls that used to come to mind is having her own, and so I'm going to go to hers. But it doesn't stop me from still knowing what I want, which is the first thing, and we'll talk about that, and then already thinking about it and having that manifest and knowing how I'm going to feel once I get it. So I wanted to just briefly go into what are the steps involved in creating a vision board, and even why I do it. I do them every year now because it really helps me stay focused throughout the year. And just as the name says, vision board, it's a vision of what you see yourself doing whatever time period. I just do for 1 year. This is like short term. Though some of them do end up being more long term because they kind of roll over whatever doesn't happen. So, but it's like it keeps you more focused as opposed to just kind of like, just going to work, coming home, cooking, taking care of the kids, and, you may get some workout in there or whatever other, hobby that you do, and then go to sleep and repeat. So vision board helps you to just sit down, meditate, reflect on what do you want, which is the first step. So we're going to talk about 4 or 5 steps. So the first step, you have to just ask yourself, what do I want? Seems real simple, right? What do I want? And I'm going to just speak to as for women. A lot of times we forget what we want because if you're a mother, if you're a wife, even if you're a good friend, you're so focused on what everybody else wants, and you know what they want, and you help them get what they want. And you do this long enough, guess what? You don't even know what you want anymore. You forget because you've been on the back burner, and sometimes your wants kind of mesh into what they want, and then you kind of like think about it, and I don't want this. So that's how the first thing is. What do you want? And the way you figure that out is you just stop, think, visualize. Okay? And then write it down. Write them down because you will forget. So write it down. The pen and the paper still works. Put it on your phone, something like that. And I want, when you're thinking about what you want, I want you to think about how you're going to feel when you get that. So for instance, I'm going to just tell you a sneak peek of what I want. And don't think about how to get it. Don't look at your situation now and say, well, I don't know how I'm going to get that. Because right now I'm thinking, even though I bought a new car, I'm thinking I would like a luxury car. I feel I'm at that stage in my life that I should be able to get me a nice luxury car. So I'm putting on my vision board, I'm going to look at pictures, and I'm going to, I think I want a Benz or a BMW SUV. I need an SUV. I have a house, and I really need to have a vehicle that if I need to buy any kind of big items, I don't need to wait or pay for delivery. I want to be able to put it in my car and go. And that's what I'm used to. I used to have a Pilot, and then, I never had a problem with having to, not have space to carry something big that I bought from Home Depot. All right, so think about when you get this thing, how you're going to feel. Like I'm already knowing I'm driving in my Benz on my Lexus. I'm going to be like, what? You can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. What you going to tell me? Excuse me? I know you're not talking to me. And so once you just kind of even embrace that feeling, that's when the manifestation is taking place. Okay? Okay. Okay, so step 1, know what you want. Figure it out. Write it down. 2, now you can do this with people, but if you don't have anybody with you, because I always like to have vision parties. And so, everybody brings magazines and stuff like that. And we're just kind of flipping through the magazines. So if you're doing this by yourself, get some magazines, even if you already have those images of what you want, those, goals of what you want, Google and click on the images. But flip through magazines and what resonates with you. Just kind of like, don't think about anything. Don't overthink it. Just kind of like go through, and then it's like, ooh, I like that. There's a quote, a picture, anything like that, and just cut it out. Your spirit is connecting to it, and just cut it out. And then what you'll end up doing is putting them all together. Now, one thing I didn't mention I want you to think about each area of the things that you want. So it's going to go back to that one of what you want. I want you to think of these 5 areas. Physically, what you want it to look like physically and feel like. Spiritually, whether you have a spiritual path or not, whether you're religious, Buddha, whatever that is, what do you want for that? When you want to just have a deeper connection with the universe, whatever that is for you. Career, so professional development, what do you want to do in your career? How would you want to see that looking like in 2021? When you're sitting here in 2021, what do you want to have happened? So we are going to create our history. And those material things, like I mentioned, I want an SUV, I want a Benz, I want a luxury vehicle SUV. And then what do you want for family? Some people would want kids. Some people want to get married. Some people want to get divorced. Whatever you want for your family to look like this year, or by next year, that's what you're going to put in. Okay, so those are the categories I wanted to have you think about as you're creating these goals. So now, 2, you look at images, you cut out things, and now is the fun part. You kind of put them on your board. And they can be in any kind of order. It depends on you. I like to put things in order. So if I'm going to stick with physical, all the physical things will be there. Like yoga. I actually started doing pole dancing. Oh, so much fun. Pole dancing, working out, but pictures of bodies that you would like to emulate somewhat. Okay, we want to try to be realistic with that. Okay, and so you do that there. So you have that spiritual section, and you have your, physical, spiritual, your career section. All those little areas. And so this way, it's easier in your mind to just see how it's supposed to look, as opposed to it's all scattered about. But some people may work that way. It's up to you. So you cut those out, paste it on the board, and then, so that's number 3. And then the 4th one is you're going to place the board someplace where you can see it every day. So I usually keep mine by my bedside. As soon as I wake up, bam, it's right there. You can see it. And so I'll keep it by my bedside. You can take a picture of it and put it as a screensaver. You could have it in your pictures if you don't want people to see, because sometimes it is a little private, because I do have one and I'd rather not share it. But I could probably post some pictures of others that you find on the internet. But so you can put in your pictures and kind of look at that every day, or put it somewhere. You can put it in a book. That's also another idea of just keeping it inside of a book to be able to open up, like if you have your time of meditation, and you can just kind of have your time of looking at and again, the goal is to have you seeing it every day. Your subconscious mind is working to make it happen. And I feel that it communicates with the universe that it's going to happen. And it does. And I keep doing it. I've been doing it for the last 8 years because every time this time of the year comes and I reflect back and I look at, okay, let's see what happened. At least 50% of the things have come. My first year of doing it, everything I got, everything. And so each year, even if 50% is better than zero, that if you had not done it, if you had just said, oh, it's not a big deal, every time I do it and I set these goals and I fail, blah, 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 then you wasted a year is how I feel. I mean, something is better than nothing. You know, you say you shoot for the moon and you hit the stars, or hit the stars and hit the moon. The thing is you shoot for something and you get something. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. So that's really it, guys. Those are the things that you can do to get your vision board started right now. This is a perfect time to do it. One thing that I didn't mention is set an ambiance when you are thinking about it. You know, get some candles, get some nice soft music, get a positive energy vibe so that you can really start to think about what it is that you want. And I pray that you all get everything that you desire. That's it for now. Until next time, I'm thankful that I finally even got my things started with my goals. And stay tuned for more. There's a lot more things that I have planned to do. I have a book that I'm working on, and a lot of things that I want to share. And I'm going to make this year, 2020, the year to share. Thank you.